chocolate chip cookies. Yummy, yum. Chocolate chip cookies. Oh, yummy, yummy. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Tefty.
And I'm Meems.
We're being silly right now.
Silly these days.
Yes, we're in the middle of a project, and this video is about the project. All right?
It's about our jammy jams.
It's about jammy jams. It's about writing music, releasing it, and all that. And there's a thing that happens when you're in the middle of a project where you get like the storm of stuff you got to do.
Yeah.
And then you get distracted with other stuff because you're like, I know what I got to do for this project, but now I want to do new things. Right?
I know. Well, you want to do so many things all at once.
Yeah.
Get it done.
It all has to be done, right?
It all has to be done.
We're going to be talking about the kind of the process that we're going through right now because we actually made like 7 ideas with this setup, which is the same setup from the previous video. But we made 7 ideas and we've selected a few of them to actually turn into like
potential releases.
Yeah. Actual releases. But also do them as a jam, kind of a live setup type of thing, like DAW-less, but then turn it into Ableton for finishing, do like harmony vocals and that type of stuff, right?
Yeah. Well, in the past we've done the jams, but we never really moved forward into possibly releasing that. And
yeah,
we've
very
always
few
talked
of them,
about
right?
this whole year. We've talked about wanting to release more.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's one thing that we've been trying to get better at because writing music, like we write music all the time, but finishing stuff, even after doing stuff for a YouTube video, we find it is difficult to get into that mindset of like, oh, we're gonna finish this track or finish this idea and actually release it. Because that's what in today's day and age, you gotta release a bunch of stuff. Let's talk about some ideas. So a quick note on setup, the Elektron Octatrack Mark II is the main hub. It's doing all the master clock sequencing. It's connected to the Novation Peak, and it's also connected to the Analog Four from Elektron as well. I am using the sequencer in Analog Four, as I should, because it's a great sequencer. So the 4 tracks are being sequenced on Analog Four, but the clock is coming from the Octatrack, so they're communicating that way. Also the patterns switch as well, so if I switch patterns on here, it will switch patterns on the Analog Four, which is great. And then also last minute, I kind of hooked up the Summit into the chain as well. So the MIDI through is from the Analog 4 is sending MIDI to the Summit as well. And that's
behind me.
Yeah, right there. Yep. And that's still being controlled by the Octatrack. So Peak is MIDI track 1, and then Summit is MIDI track 5. And then also, quick note, with the Elektron gear, there's things called auto channels or automatic channel. It's an auto channel basically, and it will take whatever MIDI channel that's coming in and treat that as like the interface, like you're touching knobs and pressing buttons type of channel for MIDI. So what I do is I always make track 8 on the Octatrack the auto channel for whatever Elektron device I'm using, in which case I made it channel 9. So channel 9 will then control any track. Yeah, so track 1's been my bass on all these tracks. So you can see I'm playing the key step into the Octatrack, which is then sending MIDI to the Analog 4, but as the auto channel, which means that I can hit record on here, and it's gonna record the MIDI into this track, track 1. If I hit track 2, so track 2 is selected on the Analog 4, I'm now using that. Hopefully that makes sense. If you've never used Elektron gear, then you're probably like, what are you, why does that matter? If you have used Elektron gear and you've tried to solve this problem before of like, how do you have an Elektron box not be the main clock of everything and still get like, still treat it as like one keyboard sending information to it? That's how you do it, auto channels. So anyways, that was kind of a long explanation for that. That's how it's set up on there. I also have all 4 of the tracks out of the Analog 4 being tracked into the mixer off to our side. So I could separately track those into Ableton and apply different effects down the road in the actual production, right? Yeah. For the Peak, I actually made this patch, called it the Heavenly Sword. It's very dreamy.
It is.
So we got a track here. This is not done at all. Like I still have a lot to do. I haven't even programmed anything into the Peak yet for what it's gonna play. So I'm still figuring that out. I think I don't have anything on track 4 yet. Also, I've been putting some acoustic guitar and things, and this track doesn't. Yeah, this
has a good vibe.
This track doesn't have it yet, so there's no acoustic guitar. So you hear it in another track.
Ones, yeah. And I have a melody and first rough draft.
Yeah.
So
all these also, I'm always using the fader to take off the top end of the drums, just so I can kind of like control energy that way to see how it feels. So yeah, let's hear it. So.
Give it a round. Like first round of it.
Yeah, first round type of thing. Yeah, and also I don't have anything on the Summit yet, so yeah, this one is very stripped back right now.
Yeah.
We haven't done much else to it. Although it's got like a cool like mystery vibe to it. With it being so stripped down. Right?
Yeah. These couple of jams that we're doing, they have like a bit of an appeal. A little sexy appeal.
A little sex appeal to it, yeah.
Well, that's what I was feeling it.
So the process that we're in the middle of right now is kind of like sculpting this stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Like again, I have a few things I need to write on here. I would like to throw some guitar in there. Like it would be. Let me grab the guitar real quick. So let's play the track. You know, something simple.
It almost has a creeping feel to it, like.
Yeah, right? Yeah, something simple. Yeah. So, guitar, you know, throw some lines in there. What I'm going to do is put them into tracks 5 through 8 of the audio with Octatrack. If you don't know, what I usually do is tracks 1 through 4 go out the main mix, and those are always percussion, drum oriented. And then tracks 5 through 8 are usually tonal. So guitars, any extra synthesizers that are providing chordal harmony. If we do any,
harmony,
any live harmony vocals would go into those. Although I think we're planning on doing those in Ableton afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we got to do in that. Also, the way I have things set up for patterns right now, see, I have them split between basically 4 blocks. So 1 through 4 is like the first song, 5 through 8, second, 9 through 12, third one, and so on. And then also with the way the Octatrack is set up, you have parts. So part 3, 4, 1, 2, and all that. So it makes sense to split them up that way if you want to do like some live jam, kind of bring them together type of stuff. So with that being said, we have to fill out those blocks. Gonna have like intro, verse, chorus, outro type of thing. Yeah. And then the jamming part is figuring that stuff out. Like you're hearing this, being like, at what point do you just cut this, maybe even the drum, bass too. I think this drum loop was just a stock sound from the Octatrack. I really like it.
I like it too.
So anyways, figuring out arrangements that way live, I think, is a lot of fun. Before, when we were strictly in the DAW in the computer, it was always tough to kind of like just on the spot like rearrange something and just to see if it works. With this type of setup, you know, there is limits to it because you can't just throw everything into or you can't have like 128 different clips going at the same time. But it kind of helps you pick and choose and be like, what do I really need in this? You know?
Yeah, you don't overthink it. Simplifies things.
Yeah, the computer makes you overthink things a lot, which is great when you're editing and mixing because, you know, you want to put a lot of thought into like if something's ready to be finished.
Yeah.
But when you're in the middle of creativity, and I think arrangements are also part of the creativity of a song, it can be detrimental to overthink things. Another nice thing, like when you have limited track counts, it really makes you think, is this working? Is this part actually adding something to the song? Like a bass line. If I'm working in the computer, I could write a bass line and then be like, you know, I'm not sure if that's working. I'll just make another bass line or another track with another bass line in it, mute that one, and then just suddenly have like 5 different bass lines that are like, yeah, maybe they work. Maybe one of them is working or whatever. Yeah. Whereas with this, like one track is my bass. If that bass is not working, then I'm going to fix it or I'm going to find something else. So right. I'm for sure going to commit.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to commit in that stuff. Yeah. All right, moving on. We got a track that's kind of jazzy sounding, actually.
It has a galaxy feel. I didn't write to it yet, but I have a melody that I'm working on.
Yeah, you haven't written lyrics, yeah.
Never thought I saw, never thought I'd fallen. I just wanna love a song again. Carry me, my love, in the falling forest. I don't want to song around again, but I take me to the moon. I wanna see the love coming on my down, only lonely rain gave it to the stars.
Yeah, so this one, this one's interesting because it has
almost an experimental.
It's like a fusion jazz thing. But obviously with some different inspirations.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can hear acoustic guitar on this one. Take this stuff off. So just added that.
I like that.
And then. Yeah. Real simple. So yeah. Let's see. What else we got?
What else we got?
Oh, this one.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You had actually written this on the keyboard. And then I made a beat around it, right? Yeah.
Full moon is acting up tonight. Think of you, we're strong, we're just high. I can't deny, you got me feeling alive, feeling alive. Touch me once and I'm crazy inside. All this build-up feels so nice. You got me feeling also alive, oh alive. I don't need rest, you can take this. Emotions coming through now, empower me to a higher ground. Oh, show me the way you know how. Oh baby, I love all your loving, love all your loving, love all your loving. Oh baby, I love how you hold it low.
crazy it's gonna get right there.
I know, you're like, crank that up.
There's a certain moment where like it crests over into like some crazy madness, and it's awesome if you can do that like right before it goes back into the verse.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to feel that out.
Yeah, it has climax.
Yeah, it's the climax. That's what it is, right?
This has a really cool vibe to it.
Yeah, another
And
moody song. Yeah.
And you put guitar on it.
Yeah, it was something simple.
Yeah.
Almost has like a throwback 90s thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh baby, how I love this loving love, this loving love, oh you're loving. Oh baby, oh I love this loving love, oh you love it, oh how you love
Yeah. It's gonna be fun. This one's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
I feel it.
definitely. You know, it's interesting. I'm noticing I think I might have to have my Analog 4 serviced. Yeah. So track 3 has been doing some weird staticky stuff, and I'm noticing track 2 every now and then has a weird staticky thing as well. Actually, I meant track 2 and 3 right here. The way I have the performance thing set up is track 1, 2, and 3, 4 are always like this for performance features on the knobs. In fact, I should make a video about how I set up the performance stuff on the Analog 4 because I absolutely love the way you can control 4 different sounds so easily with the Analog 4 with this setup. So just, you know, my bass is always these. Track 2, track 3, track 4, it's like it has so much power just at your fingertips when you set it up properly for that, which is really cool. But back to what I was saying about the Analog 4, I think voice 3, maybe it needs some calibration or it needs to be serviced. Let's see. I'm not sure.
Boy. How long does that normally take?
I don't know. I've never sent anything into Elektron. Cool. So we got another track. Sounds like this.
Very moody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we like it.
Where you taking me tonight in this cold, cold winter? Unexpected signs all around. I hear the sounds that you whisper, your whisper. I'll find a way, gotta find a way to be, gotta find a path for me in this heavy world. Gotta find the path of me in this heavy world I see. Let go to the light. Take me where there is silence. Lift me right into
Nice. Yeah. So I don't have anything on the peak for this one yet. And no guitar either.
Yeah.
No guitar,
Still-
no peak, no summit.
Yeah, still working through it, you know?
Yeah. Something that's interesting working this way also is I like the fact that there's a cohesion between the sounds. So what we're doing is using a lot of similar sounds from the Analog 4 and bringing them to track and all that. Like the bass is for the most part the same on all of them, which I think kind of adds like a nice
Yeah, you said cohesive.
Yeah,
It just,
cohesiveness, like a
connects-
band.
It connects each other.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that a lot, using the same patches in different tracks to make it feel like, oh yeah, they sound like they're a part of each other. They're a set that works with each other. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So I feel that in these sounds.
I think these are the 4 jams that we felt compelled to move forward with. Yeah.
Yeah, we're working on these right now. Yeah. So hopefully we'll have them done sooner than later.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Well, I think that's the video. We just wanted to give like an update, what we're doing, what we're working on. You know, we've basically been in like creative mode, but also pushing past a barrier. You know, like I said, when you get in the middle of a project, you start getting distracted. At least I do. This happens all the time. When I get into the middle of a project, I'm suddenly like, can we start another project?
Oh, I know. Again, you want to do everything all at once. You have all these ideas.
Yeah.
And yeah, you want to get them out, but then you get like you said, distracted.
Yeah.
Therefore, you don't release something.
Yeah. Gotta finish stuff. Well, I think this is a good spot to end the video.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Gave the update, figuring out stuff, gave like, a taste of what we're doing. I might do a video on the Analog Four pretty soon as well on how I set up performance stuff. So if you're interested in that, let me know in the comments. But yeah, thank you so much for all the support.
Yes, it's so humbling. Thank you so much. We're very grateful.
Yeah, seriously guys, it's amazing. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for like checking out our stuff and watching our videos. It's really cool. And if you hit the like button, that obviously helps. So, and if you want to support us further, again, if sub, ring the bell, like button, leave a comment, all that stuff obviously helps with YouTube. But if you want to go further, you can stream our stuff on Spotify, buy our stuff on Bandcamp, all those things. Yeah. So thank you so much, guys. And until next time, right?
Deuces.
Deuces.